Good morning, everyone. This is Chef Denis from Hennepin Technical College. I'm here with interactive design video production for Food What You Love show. We'll be right back. And we are back. This is the live show. Very exciting. This is the live show from Hennepin Technical College. Again, my name is Chef Denis Durnev. I am the culinary instructor here. We're going live on Facebook, and this is our second show, actually. So some of you probably, hopefully, were able to see us last week. I had my good friend, Jonathan Fenton, here, and today I'm by myself. I want to talk a little bit about our program, tell you just a little bit about myself, who I am, and what am I doing here. So again, my name is Chef Denis. I've been here with the college for about 10 years. I've been in the United States for about 20 years. And when I came here to United States, I didn't really speak English, and I need to learn everything from beginning. I did not know what eggs are, or sugar, or salt, or pepper. I did not know nothing about the culinary industry, about the jobs or anything. I started as many chefs as the dishwasher and kind of moved myself up to become executive chef, and worked myself up and worked in the industry for many years and became executive chef. And later in life, I actually joined Hennepin Technical College as a student. So I'm a former graduate myself. I graduated in 2010, and since I graduated, I've been offered a position to teach here. So I've been teaching here for about probably 10 years. So I actually worked in healthcare segment of hospitality industry, and I want to tell you a little bit about it because it's very important. A lot of times students ask me if there is jobs, and kind of tell you a little bit about the state of hospitality industry. Yes, there is jobs. You definitely can find jobs in healthcare. You can definitely find jobs in hotels, in restaurants, and even right now you can do this. So a little bit about our program here. So we are the culinary program, right? And we teach how to cook, how to create menus, how to, achieve your dream, basically. If you dreamed about owning your food truck, you can come and take our food truck entrepreneurship program. You can come here and learn about how to bake, become a baker if you really like to do this. Or you can just learn how to cook and be way more organized. So we have a 2-year program here, and we have a wonderful cohort of great instructors here. Some of them been here for over 28 years, like Chef Gretchen Dorn. She teaches first semester. She has so much experience actually working in the industry, and prior even becoming our instructor here. Second semester, we do have Chef Jonathan Kay, who used to teach at another culinary school for many years, owned his own bakery, and again, great instructor. Probably one of his famous classes, and I hope to have him as my guest at one point, is the sushi class. And then if you're actually going to come to me to the third semester, I'm teaching a restaurant management. So I basically, it's a full-time job experience. I teach it together with Chef Jeremiah Lanes. He's my culinary lab assistant, and we basically run a restaurant. So we actually let our students run a restaurant because this is all about experience, and we want to make sure that the students, some of them never actually had a chance to work in a real restaurant. So we definitely want to make sure that they actually have a chance to do it live and experience and create their projects and work on developing menu and stuff like that. So this is really overview about what we do here at Hennepin Tech, and I'm very excited about this opportunity to work with interactive video design production class to create this show. So we are live. Before we going to our recipe, which is a lot of fun actually, I want to show you a small video about our program. So enjoy it.
always being reinvented. There's also classical roots in it.
You're allowed to make mistakes and fail, and then you learn from that. And then you also use your imagination, creativity.
I just love the freedom of being able to create whatever I want and make beauty on a plate.
So it's a 2-year program, and they're always surprised at how much is packed into a day. But by the time they're done, they're almost seasoned cooks. We teach them everything from start to finish. We do knife cuts. I teach them butchering. We take down salmon. We take down beef tenderloin. And then the last class is baking. We need to teach them everything from sanitation to cake decorating to ice sculpting, everything.
We do recipes for the day. We practice whatever techniques we need to go over. If it's recipe conversion, if it's difficult kind of meringue, whatever, we walk it through in class. And then we come out here and you start your cleanup, then you start prepping ingredients, start baking, cooking.
We learned how to fillet a whole fish, from scratch, descale it and everything. We're learning the proper names of things and different measurements. I knew how to cook, but I never really followed recipes, so that's a new thing for me.
And then you can find out, if I add X amount of flour to this cake, it will turn out differently because of how the flour works, how the molecular level of proteins and stuff works. And just understanding that allows you to be much more creative with something.
Students get their first semester downstairs to acquire some skills, and then they come upstairs and run a restaurant. Express those skills. We want them to get an idea of what it's like in the real world, and this is the class that most closely mirrors the real life situation.
You stay in one area for about 3 weeks, and then we rotate around. Say you start from bakery, and then you go to the front of the house, and then from the front of the house you come to hotline. That's the range where you make sauces. It kind of builds your skills so that if you go to the real world restaurant, those things will not be new to you.
What I'm hoping that they gain in this semester is to learn how to read the kitchen. See where the need is, see what needs to be done, and jump in and do it. And the second part of that sometimes is the hardest, which is they have to work in a team.
The hands-on work is what they're here for. That's what they're really eager for. So we're really feeding their spirits, too.
You have to be able to touch the food, work with it, understand why it failed, what you could do better, why it worked, what made it amazing, and just really feel the food, because it's food. You can't know how something tastes by reading about it.
I love watching them feel like they've got a success on their hands. And also, when something fails, when they can troubleshoot it and say, look, and they're real excited about, okay, I learned this from this problem. I watch them be more confident in life and as cooks.
I'm getting 3 calls a week for people wanting our students. And if they apply themselves, there's no reason why they can't really soar out there.
Their profession can go all over the world. They can travel, everybody wants to eat, and you can do all sorts of stuff with this. And if you're in love with it, you'll find places to use it.
If you come and learn the skills, it's even better, because then you understand the foundation of all the food that you're making, and it just gives you a platform for creativity, where you can build off that and make whatever else you want.
And we are back with live Food What You Love show from Hennepin Technical College. So I hope you like this video. I absolutely love it. You can find it on YouTube. It really highlights our program. It really highlights students. You can see them in action. You can see instructors, some former instructors, some current instructors, and we are all here about having fun. That's the most important part. Here at the college, it's okay to make mistakes sometimes, right? Because it's the live interaction with the food, hands-on experience, and the most important, it's all about education. We learn when we make mistakes, and sometimes it's okay. So please invest into your future, invest into your education. Think about who you really want to be and what exactly you want to do in your life. Well, this is the culinary show, right? And I told you we want to do some fun, interactive recipe here. So I decided to show you a very simple dessert, but at the same time, very fun dessert. So I want to kind of say, give a credit to one of my friends who introduced me to this dessert many years ago. Malcolm, maybe you are watching us right now, but Malcolm Anderson was my friend, and this is the guy who just loved this dessert, and he asked me to actually make it for him at one of the places I used to work. And when I researched, I thought, oh my God, this is a very complicated dessert, and actually it is not. And this is kind of fun idea to show you what you can do at home, maybe for a loved one, or maybe for a special person, or maybe you have guests coming and you need to come up with the last minute thing, okay? So this is the Baked Alaska. And Baked Alaska is actually, you will have some kind of a cake base. You can have the, like here, I'm actually going to use an angel food cake, which my students made last week. You can use the cookies, you can use brownies, you can use whatever you want as the base. Then you top it with the ice cream. I have vanilla ice cream right here, and you definitely want to keep it frozen, all right? And then we're going to make this beautiful white meringue. Meringue is actually the egg whites, whipped egg whites, and with sugar, and we're going to top it all together. Normally you would put it back into the freezer so it actually stays there, and later on you can put it back in a very, very hot oven to brown, to toast, caramelize. You know, there is different terms, the meringue, while your cake and ice cream are still cold. So this dessert actually originated in 1800s, and it was to commemorate the purchase of Alaska from Russia. And some called it the Baked Alaska, some called it, you know, Florida Alaska, because it's a hot and cold. And again, as long as you have the mise en place, it's the French term for everything ready to go, the prep, you're good to go. We do need the mixer, so I do have a mixer. You probably can make the meringue by hand, but it's going to take you a very, very long time to whip the eggs. So I have electric mixer here. I have 4 eggs here, and the most important part for this is to have your eggs at the room temperature. Do not need the egg yolks, so I'm only going to use the egg whites. And I'm going to put my 4 egg whites into the mixer. And I'm going to start on a medium speed. I'm going to add 1/4 tablespoon or teaspoon of the cream of tartar, and I'm going to add 3/4 cup of the sugar. So I'm going to turn my mixer on. All right. And while I'm actually mixing it on a medium speed, I'm going to add cream of tartar to stabilize the eggs. So as you can see, probably the meringue doesn't fall, so it's not deflating. And I'm going to turn it back to the high speed and going to slowly start adding the sugar into it. It's probably going to take you at least 2 to 3 minutes before the soft peaks going to start forming, and probably 3 to 4 minutes to actually get where you want to be. So we're slowly adding our sugar, and again, this is the live interactive show. So in 3 to 4 minutes of beating our egg whites, you're going to come up with beautiful fluffy meringue right here. And all what we need now is to have our cake, our meringue, and our ice cream. So what I'm going to do is now, hopefully my ice cream is not melted. Well, it's getting there, but it's okay. We're going to put a scoop of ice cream right on top of our cake. And then I'm going to start putting my meringue. Probably a good idea to put this in a freezer to make sure your ice cream doesn't melt. And then we're going to start arranging our meringue around our ice cream. I'm putting a lot of meringue right now just to make sure, just to show you that we do not want the ice cream to melt, so I'm trying to do this as fast as I can. And we're going to hide this cake and ice cream inside of this beautiful fluffy meringue. You can use the spatula or a spoon. We're going to pound it, make like an iceberg, right? This is why we call it the baked Alaska. Do not have to be perfect. This is the whole fun about it. Not be perfect. Look, we have an iceberg. At this moment, normally, I would put it back into the freezer, probably for at least an hour, to make sure that our ice cream is still frozen. And if you are planning to put it actually back into the oven, you definitely want it to be frozen. But we do not have the oven here, so I'm going to use my butane torch and pretend that we actually put it in a oven, and voila, we have beautiful baked Alaska, well, torched Alaska. We have 1, 2, 3 desserts in no time, almost. I hope my friends from Interactive Video Design, the crew which is behind the scene right now doing this video, I hope they will be able to enjoy this. And again, thank you so much for watching us live. This is Chef Denis with Food What You Love. Stay back with us, continue supporting us. Hopefully I will be able to see some of you as our students here at Hennepin Technical College. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your day.
Hennepin Technical College provides hands-on training for careers in Hennepin Technical College provides hands-on training for careers in culinary arts. Become a chef today. You'll gain a solid foundation in cooking and technique. Classes start in January and August. Hennepin Technical College. Get ready to go to work.